Hey guys, it's Chris you're seeing here back from C&H Small Engine again. The tractor I got right in front of me right now is a Sears Craftsman with the Tecumseh overhead valve engine. It's the overhead valve Enduro style machine. It's a 13 horsepower. This machine originally had I believe a 10 horsepower, but the owner had somebody swap it out and put a bigger engine on it because the other engine supposedly blew up. And I just want to give a review of what we're doing this thing over here. And also that's also to tell you guys, this thing has a vector carburetor on here. You can see it right here. These style carburetors were only put on a few very small percentage to Tecumseh engines, and they are a cheap carburetor to say the least. Basically it's cast aluminum on the top, and it seals with a gasket between the upper and the lower halves on here, right down here on the side. And basically we got a plastic part down here in the bottom for the holder, rather than a simple bowl like the old style ones have on them. They have a little lock mechanism here, locks the top to the bottom on here as well. And these carburetors give people problems to no end. I actually had a few of these. I'd say about 2 or 3 on a lawnmower a few years back, and the only way to repair them right is to take the whole carburetor off and repair it, or just replace it, because you try to clean them out and rebuild them and everything else. The one I did a couple times, it was leaking on the whole gasket on here and stuff like that, and they're a cheap carburetor to begin with, so I recommend just anytime you're working on something like this, just throw the carburetor out and get a new one. Don't try to fret about it and try to clean it out and rebuild it and clean it out again and clean it out and hope for the best, because that don't work. And this is what it looks like also on the intake side as well. The intake side, they got your 2 big rods on here, similar to the Briggs & Stratton, but these ones actually have a special adapter you got to put on here. Rather than your like Torx bits and stuff like that, they have a they have a male end on here, because your male end for your Torx drivers. Let me get one out here. There we go. Here's your male end for your Torx driver right here. You can see right here. This is the same type as what they have on the side right here. So obviously you're going to need a female end to put these things on here, and you have to have the female special one adapter to put them on your torque drivers. I have the ones you get a torque driver, get one of these, and you got to get the female equivalent of the male style ones I just showed you here again. This is the male equivalent right here, and you need a female one that fits on these ends right here for that. I don't have one in my box right now, so I'm not going to show that right now anyway. So that's what you need for those, but you have a special adapter you got to put on there. And I always recommend sometimes replacing these nuts and bolts on there if you can, because these things do tend to get stripped out sometimes because somebody over tightens them or whatnot on there for that. So that's a rundown of the, where's it at here? Yeah, Tecumseh 13 horsepower Enduro. It's called the Enduro XLC. I think C is for commercial, because they only made these things for a few years anyway. And you got your carburetor right there for that, and the carburetor basically fits on there just like that with the 2 holes. So you slide it back up in there. Once you take the 2 mounting bolts off for the intake side on there for it, then you just mount up the air box and fuel line and your governor linkage as well down there too, and your carburetor choke and throttle speed linkage too as well. So that's basically a review of those things. These carburetors are a lot more finicky with gasoline for some weird reason. I don't know why, but if you do have bad gasoline in there, you're going to have to basically replace the carburetor, because the one I'm working on right now, the guy actually left the gasoline sit in the gas tank for probably over a year's time on there, and the gas draining out, it was all orange and almost like a reddish orange, funny looking color to it. So that's basically what you need to do on this basic type of application right here. I'll give you a shot what the engine looks like on the top on here. It is the Enduro 13 horsepower XLC. So that's their top of the line engine for these types of applications right there. Tecumseh didn't have a high productivity rate for these types of engines either. I don't know why, but they seem to run okay, minus the cheap carburetor design. And on the other side, you have the decal for the information of it, it is, let me zoom in on here for you. There you go, it's Tecumseh. 1995 to 99 emissions, California, OHV 130, and the type over there is 206848C, and the H in the side, and the DOM is 8335. If you're pretty smart about deciphering some of this information, you can basically decipher that information with no problem for the data manufacturer. If anybody has any questions regarding this type of machine or anything else out there in the market, just give me a call back here, or you can email me as well. I preferably have email because most people basically email me anyway on YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. So just shoot me an email and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. I'll see you guys.